Hello, Lily and Steph fans. It has been a while. I know, Lily knows. But today we're coming back at you with a dorm tour. My dorm here at Boston College. So we're actually gonna start this dorm tour from right when you walk in. Oh, there's the door. Right when you walk in the door. I think kind of gives you a full view of everything. And in case anyone misses her, Lily is also here through FaceTime. So we start here. There's my name, my roommate. There's my bestie, Lily. But here at Boston College, we don't really have like a full closet as much as we just have these kind of two shelf things. There's some pros and cons. Your clothes are all out in the open, which is tough, but on the other hand, you get a lot of storage space because behind all of these racks, there's actually, I don't know if I can move it. Yeah, there's actually shelves behind there. In addition to the shelves, we have two hooks right here. I kind of have piled on some bags that I use for shopping because the city of Boston, they charge you for plastic bags. I have my bathrobe, a nice bag, and some bags that I use for separating my laundry. Then right next to it, behind here, we have some shelves. Mine are a little disorganized, but I have right here my bathroom caddy. I have some cleaning supplies down here, stuff for washing dishes. There's a lot of towels and stuff up there. And then things I don't use that often, I put up there because it's a little out of reach. There are 3 rods here. As you can see, I really only mainly use 2 of them. This one with a few things up here, that's where I actually keep my clothes I still need to iron. I have my little mini ironing board here. And I think it's much better to not put all your clothes up because it's easier to access the shelves behind. For example, I have some like medicine stuff in here and it's kind of difficult to get in there. See, I kind of have to scooch everything around. I have my Razor scooter, which I use for going to class. I have my pair of rain boots and snow boots, just clothes that shoes that I don't use a ton. My violin, a trash can. Pretty straightforward. Now over here, the main thing, I have my bed. Lily, I don't know what Lily's doing right now. There she is. So like most colleges, I have a twin XL bed, which means it's the same width as a twin, but it's just a bit longer. At BC, you can choose the height of your bed. So some people like to do what's called lofting it and put it all the way to the top. I have mine a few notches down. I think it's a pretty good moderate height. It's definitely a little higher than your average bed, but not so much that you can't climb it. For reference on height, when I'm standing straight, I'm 5'6". It's about up to my waist, little taller, like I said, than your average bed, not too bad. Okay, moving on to below the bed, we have some fun things. Over here, I have my bedside caddy. I really like this because I can keep things that I want easy access to, like I have a retainer in here, or I just have some medication, anything that I want close at hand. Below that, I have these 2 shelves from Bed Bath & Beyond. I really love them because they're very deep. It's a little hard to judge just how big they are, but believe me when I say they go all the way to the end of my bed. So I can fit lots of clothes in there, which is nice. Next to them, I have this set of shelves. I think I got them at Target. I'm not sure exactly, but they're pretty basic. These ones are not as deep, but they're great for sorting a lot of miscellaneous things. I have some very messy dishes if I ever am heating something up. In here, I have a lot of Tupperware. I like to use that to bring snacks to class. And then the top shelf, I think I just have some miscellaneous other things like water bottles, etc. Okay, so the next part I'm a little ashamed of, but me and my mom were searching for a good way to store my shoes. And we couldn't find one, so we decided, for some reason, the best method would be to get several crates and just toss all of my shoes into them. So that's what I have over here. As you can see, it's very messy. I just have a lot of shoes just thrown in there. I would not recommend this method. Sorry about that. It makes your shoes very disorganized and hard to find a specific pair you're looking for. Moving on to my desk, here's just the grand shot of it. I'm gonna admit, it's pretty messy. I kind of consolidate all of my mess and disorganizedness here. I'd say the best thing I have is that I have all of my makeup kind of stored in this little organizer, which is good. I like having it all in one place. That being said, everything else is just kind of random. I have a small mirror, wish I had a bigger one. Makeup brushes, scissors, pair of free sunglasses. Like I said, kind of a mess, but it works for me. Up here, I have a few of my personal books, deodorant, more rent. This is a bag full of candy and snacks. My quote board, which I love, inhaler because we have asthma. Real quick, I forgot to comment on it. You guys probably noticed my marble contact paper. I absolutely love it. Aside from just, I think, making the desk look a lot prettier and neater, it also is a different texture. It's almost like a vinyl-y plastic texture, which means it's a lot easier to wipe it down with Clorox wipes, or if I ever spill something, it's much better than this, grainy type of desk where everything soaks in. Moving on, over here we have our fridge and a microwave with a few random items on top. This is pretty self-explanatory. Here at BC, you have the option to rent a micro fridge for the year or bring your own. Me and my family, we already had the fridge and we saw a microwave for $30 at Target. So it was a much better deal to just bring it ourselves. So that's ours, which I kind of prefer personally. I did put contact paper, 2 different types. I alternated it on my dresser, which again, I like. It just kind of makes the room feel a little more put together, a little more fun. Like I said, there's a lot of drawers. So I actually dedicated this top one to be a junk drawer. And I'm almost ashamed to show you what it looks like. It's bad. I feel like everyone needs a junk drawer in their life. And there's everything from my hair straightener to socks to nail polish. It's not great. Up here, I almost forgot, we have these 2 or 3 shelves up here high on the ceiling. This is where I put all my food. You can see I have a lot of candy. Here's my photo of me and Lily from graduation. That one I always keep where I can see it, but sometimes it gets knocked down, I'm gonna admit. Here is my bureau top. You can see my plants. Love my plants. This one's kind of hidden because it needs more sunlight. This is something they give out free at a basketball game, not everyone. But it's fun. They just support, having school spirit. Lastly, I wanted to show my wall decorations. I have a lot, as you can tell. Some of it's seasonal. Even though it's spring, I still have my Let It Snow thing up. Next to it, I have my hair shop poster I really like. I have the classic college girl of string lights, because who doesn't love string lights? And then over here, I'm now sitting on my bed. You can see I have a lot of pictures up. I didn't get any special frames. I just kind of hung them on the wall in whatever way felt natural. Go Eagles! I love this thing. It's a little, I think I got it at Home Goods. It's a little like wire frame type thing, and I just have a lot of little mementos and fun things. I hung it up with command hooks. Command hooks are your best friend in college. This was hung up with command hooks. This macrame wall hanging that I made also hung up by a command hook. Almost everything that's on the wall or somehow hanging, command hook. Okay guys, so another thing I wanted to go over was just some of the options and the administration and nitty-gritty of how things work at Boston College for housing. As a freshman, you don't really get a ton of say in where you're put. So 60% of the freshmen are on upper campus. That's where I am now. And then 40% are on Newton campus, which is a satellite campus. So that means if you live on Newton, you do have to take a bus to get from Newton to Maine, where all your classes would be. I know a lot of people who live on Newton and they absolutely love it. Some people don't really mind either way. Some people get annoyed about the buses. It's honestly, there's pros and cons to both. People at Newton say that they have better dining hall. They have a much closer sense of community. And they have a much better dining hall, a closer sense of community, and yeah, they can just have somewhere nice to go home to at the end of the day where you don't have to be surrounded by all the chaos. Benefits of living on upper where I am. For one, you don't have to take a bus. I can leave at 8:47 for my 9 a.m.s and still have time to stop and get a croissant. You're much closer to where everything's going on. So that means you're closer to the gym, you're close to your classes, yes, but you're also close to any club meetings you may have. You're near any upperclassmen if you have any friends. Another difference is that there are no forced triples on Newton campus. There are on upper campus, and so if you would like a forced triple, you can actually volunteer for it because you do save some money each semester. Essentially what they do is they take the price of a room and instead of splitting it in two, they split it into three. So that's one benefit. For triples, there's obviously going to be less room. It's essentially they take a double, which is meant for 2 people, and they just put 3 in it. So that means that the beds have to be lofted and have to have a bunk bed just in order to be able to fit all the desks and bureaus. Aside from doubles though, we also have quads and natural triples and singles. And there's different benefits to each one of them. Quad, you get more friends, but maybe less alone time. Natural triples are usually kind of funky shaped rooms, so they're bigger than a double. And a single is just one person. Sometimes it's that weird shape, sometimes it's just a bit smaller than a double. When you apply for housing, you get to give a preference. You give your top 3 choices of what type of room you want. And they try their best to honor that, but not everyone's gonna get exactly what they want. Oh, I forgot. This is my little dog, Madeline, I named her. She is from CAB, which is Campus Activities Board. They put on a lot of fun events for us on campus. She sits right here with me. I hope I gave a semi-abridged but informative description of BC housing. I hope that you guys liked my room tour. I didn't explain every little thing, but I think I hit all the main things. Oh, I forgot. The only furniture that BC will supply, I know I showed a lot of different things, is the desk, the bed, and the bureau. Everything else I brought from home or purchased once I got here. And I think shelves are great, command hooks are great, but ultimately what's gonna make a room really feel great is just having little things that you like, making your own personal touches in it, and just feeling comfortable and happy. Okay guys, thank you so much for joining me. Me and Lily are gonna log off. I know she didn't talk a lot during it, but we talked for a while beforehand, don't worry. Yes, see you guys all later. Bye.